This is a raised floor. So in any co-location, you're going to have a raised floor. So it's raised up above, and then so the whole point of taking your data equipment out of your location and your closet in your office is that you do not have the ability to keep the temperature at 72 degrees or whatever it needs to be at to keep the equipment cool, which sustains the equipment's life.
So the cooling comes through the vents in the floor?
The cooling keeps the equipment at a certain degree, and that sustains the life of the equipment. And that's why customers shouldn't have large data racks in their office. Really not capable of maintaining it. They don't have the security. They don't have the ability to heat and cool it. Basically, what a unit is where they put their servers. It's how many rows of servers they can have. So in one of these, is it 8?
Yes.
8 units in one quarter cabinet. So there's 3.
Does that mean there's room for 8 servers?
Yes.
Right, in a quarter cabinet. And you'll see that there's a bottom and a top to this. This is a differentiator from some data centers too, from a Salesforce. We have a bottom and a top. And the lowest we go is a quarter cabinet, and we do not do shared quarter cabinets or shared units. So somebody called me the other day, they wanted to just have 2 units, and they didn't care if another company was in there with them. We don't do that. They have to buy the entire quarter cabinet, and we do that for security purposes as well. The key point of this is that having the bottom and the top to it prevents other IT guys coming in and accidentally bumping your equipment or pulling a wrong plug or messing around with your equipment anyway. So it really keeps you in security.
And there's also the channels. In here there's a hard metal channel that has a hole in there, and this is what your cabling and power will come up through. This way, once it's up, if you're in this top area, the customer down here does not have access to go in there and accidentally snip your wire or unplug unplug something, which is very important to most customers. On all of our cabinets, we offer a 3-tumbler combination lock on there, which is programmed by the customer themselves. We have a key to this, of course, just in case we have to come in and service their equipment, or in case one of their servers catches fire or something. But this way, the customer can come in at any time and access their equipment and doesn't have to come and find the technician just in case he's working with another customer. He can get access to his equipment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and doesn't have to
And the cabling's brought up from
under the floor.
So that's why you have the raised floor as well. So your cabling's coming up, it's not hanging above that could be snipped or anything like that. Now these are racks, okay?
That's a full rack.
Right.
This is a quarter rack right here.
Right.
Yes.
So,
half rack's over there.
Half rack. Or you get one that's a full, completely 100%.
Oh, and you got third rack.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And so this location right here that we're standing in will have the ability to have rows where you see heating and cooling. We'll have the rows of racks. And so this is where we have the open space to start filling and putting customers in here. So 1 rack, 2 racks, whatever they want. And then we also have what's called first right of refusal. So if a customer right now wants a quarter cab, but they want to know that they can have the one right below it, we won't charge them anything to reserve that until we have someone that wants to fill it. Then we go to them and say, hey, I've got someone that wants to fill it. Do you want to pay for it now, or you want to let it go? Yeah. So we do that with a lot of companies that think they might need expansion in 6 months to a year. They even may want a full cabinet space available next to their existing full cabinet, so we'll leave the space available for them. So that it's literally sitting empty, there's space. There may not even be a cabinet there, but it's available.
Any customer that has on-premise servers is in jeopardy because of overheating, because of power outages.
Right.
Plus, they could be here and program that server remotely,
right.
And still have far less expensive bandwidth. You know what I'm thinking? We're always talking about redundancy to customers and bringing in separate lines, so we might have wireless, fiber, T1 through the phone lines.
Yeah.
Well, instead of bringing in another line, they could just have their primary, if they want to keep it on their premise, and then have a backup server right here,
Right.
and you just have it automatically programmed remotely.
That's
What about customers that are out in the boonies and are paying like high?
They can have this
Yeah,
practically
that's what I'm
nothing
thinking about.
compared to what they're paying, and then just program their servers remotely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
A lot of them can't even get fiber because build-out's just outrageous.
the other thing is part of their servers, they may need bandwidth for one part of it, but maybe not the rest of the company. So maybe they just want to put that part of their data equipment here that needs bandwidth that only the IT guy needs access to. Maybe he doesn't want to share that hyper bandwidth with the entire internal organization.
So top 2 servers or top 2 switches are what goes out. We call those border routers. They're actually a switch. I don't know why we call
Oh,
them.
what am I looking at? I'm not pointing the
Just
camera.
the gray racks, the green racks.
With the blue cables going into them.
Yes, on the right.
Yes. Those are what we call the border racks or border routers. So those go to a patch panel, and then the customer cable plugs into the front of the patch panel.
These are our
Bottom
vendors.
is our internal connectivity switch.
So this is like EXO and
Is that right here on this end?
Yep.
EXO is the first rack, the next rack in, and then ELI is the next one, Quest is the next one, Cogent is working on coming in, Spectrum is already here plugged into our switches, and so on.
Locked, it's not open to customers.
I can take a picture of the cage,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, no customers get in here. The only people that have access is actually Joe.
Because that's your primary
Yes.
input for your
I don't even have access.
for your circuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are strictly.
But even customer cages.
So this is a sample of a
So-
customer page.
So this is a PDU.
Oh yeah, they have you guys. You don't care.
Power distribution unit.
Yes, it is a power distribution unit. Basically, it is a large electrical panel like what you would have in your house. We provide redundant circuits to each customer cabinet. So say one of your customers wants to come in here, we provide him an A circuit and a B circuit. The A circuit would come from like this one, the B circuit would come from like PDU 6. Each of these PDUs is set up onto 2 different UPSs. One goes to UPS 1, one goes to UPS 2. This way, if
UPS standing for
uninterrupted power source,
uninterrupted power source.
Yes.
Okay.
Battery backup.
it's
I
your
see
battery
it all the time.
Yeah, your battery
Yes.
backup.
Yeah.
or uninterrupted power
Battery
supply.
backup. Okay.
Yes.
Think of it. If anything
So-
goes down, it gets yes.
So this way, if something was to happen to this one, this PDU, the other circuit should be kept up.
So if something happens to this circuit, it automatically gets distributed over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What we do is we provide an A and a B circuit inside the cabinets. So there's 2 power strips inside of
Panel A, panel B.
No, this is
That's different than what you're
Yes,
talking about.
yes.
Okay.
because this one actually has 4 panels on it. Basically, it would be circuit A is coming from here, circuit B is coming from over there.
Oh, okay.
That way, if this way you would have dual redundancy. If you have dual power supplies on your server, that way it doesn't. If the power goes out on one, the other one picks it up.
So that's part from sales. Again, I'll give you all the sales thing. When you're talking to a customer, they'll say, do you have A and B? So A and B backup. So what they're saying is, in that rack, in the black rack we just looked at, on the left side is A, on the right side is B. It's a power supply going into each side, and it allows us to maintain 100%, failover if there's a problem. So if A power goes down, and all of a sudden it shuts down, it gets a surge or something, weird happens or something, it's automatically up and running on B. Now you will have, sometimes I've had a customer say, I only want A power. That changes the configuration and it can change the price as well. So that is a factor in the price.
You mean only A power?
Yeah. I mean,
So they don't want the power
yeah,
backup.
they don't care if they have power
They
backup.
want to save money.
Yeah. Or they just, it's not that important to them.
Okay.
And
So it's not mission critical
right,
type
it's not
data.
mission-critical.
Yeah.
99% of people get A and B.
The electrical source from the outside first comes in and it goes to an automatic transfer switch. The automatic transfer switch, if utility power goes down from Seattle City Light for some reason, the automatic transfer switch goes, okay, I've seen the loss of power here, it switches over to generator. These are behind a UPS. So basically it goes utility power, automatic transfer switch, UPS, which has a power rectifier in it, which actually cleans the power, and then PDU, customer panel.